Hello, everybody. It is Badger Wild, and we are back with another Space Engineers ship review video. This time, we're still continuing the ground reviews at the moment. But if you could, and you do like the content that's coming on this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And without further ado, let's get started. So today, the vehicle that we are looking into, the T-110 Clarity. It is made by Mollusk and requires Automations DLC, Decorative Blocks 3, Wasteland DLC, Warfare 2, Warfare 1, Heavy Industry DLC, and Signal Blocks DLC. Give that a like. And mostly, this is basically a single person tank that looks good. Now, you all are probably looking at the picture here. You are noticing the tank mod. This does not require it. Okay, before anyone jumps off the video, it is not a requirement of this, and I will show you here in a minute. But first off, let's see what it is you are getting. And this is the Clarity. Now you'll notice we don't have the tread mod on here, and this is purposeful because I know there's a lot of people who, when it comes to mods, there's a lot of people on console who can't get access to the mods that we have on PC. And so that is why this vehicle is here. It does not require the track mod to make this vehicle work, and it still functions like a tank. It does so with a very cheeky little trick that's going on here. I will state this right now, you will need scripts to run this because none of this thing runs on anything but scripts. There is no turret control block on this entire deal. Let's stop and take a look here. We do have a secondary subgrid here, which enables us to have this nice sleek angle going down here. We don't have blocks that can make these types of angles, and I really wish King would put an angle block in here, or a block that requires at least 4 extra blocks, or some type of eighth of a block or quarter of a block that we could run up there and get that, that little bit steeper angle going. We'll have to see what happens in Space Engineers 2 with the unified grid. But going along here, you can see we have multiple wheels. We have a nice side skirt and armor plating on the back. Back here, we've got several nice lights going on here. We have a couple things going for us. We do have a couple of panels here, probably worth nothing, or at least they're there for decorative purposes, and they're doing their job perfectly. We have an entranceway into the back cockpit and a nice little gun turret right there so that we can access our, have a rifle or something involved. Going on the other side, you'll notice on the turret, we have a twin quad fire rocket launcher. Very nice, very nice. We also have, up here in terms of armament, we have a nice auto cannon, and we also have a coaxial machine gun and a dual cannon assault gun turret. Very nice. We also have these nice lights here that are very similar to the T-90, and I think that's where a lot of this tank gets its inspiration from, is the T-90 from Russia. A decent tank. It's a very decent tank. I come from the US and I have a bias towards the Abrams. But stepping inside here, let's go ahead and look at this tank. Now, what does this tank do? How does it work? Well, if we go in here to the control panel, you'll see how this tank operates properly. We have several programmable blocks in here. We've got one for artificial horizon, automated LCDs. This is the one that's enabling us to do the turret right here. This is MART. It enables you to have mouse automated remote turret, meaning I can take the turret and I can control it with the mouse. And I'll show you this now with this particular type of turret as we go over here and check out this control panel here. Now on the control panel, on the first page, we have number 1 is our camera, which is going to let us look down the camera and do all sorts of other cool things. Also, I just realized we're going to have to turn both of these off. I'll turn those on here in a minute. And this enables us to use the mouse. I can also, on PC, I can use the arrow keys to control this turret as well. All of this is controlled by a script that enables us to operate this and every gun. We also have the salvo script involved. So with the salvo script and combined with this, we can fire salvos of rockets instead of just firing a whole burst of rockets or just just blowing our wad in one shot. So very, very cool. So number 1 is our camera. Number 2 is our main gun. As you can see, we can fire that. Number 3 is the rocket launcher. Fire that. Also, As we are moving, most of you have seen this rocket launcher. It actually does move with the turret. This is the cool part about this particular about Mart. Mart will enable you to have a turret. You can put multiple weapon systems onto a turret and really make a weapon of death if you want it. Number 4, however, runs our turreted heavy machine gun. And number 5 is the coaxial Gatling gun on the side here. Very nice. Number 6, I am not going to hit because I'm quite certain that is an anti-flip system. And I've had bad experiences with those in the past. We're not going to even screw them. But let's say you are driving down there and you don't want to have this turret, because one of the things that does happen is when this vehicle is moving and you don't have the turret locked, it will turn as if it is on target. This would be a great thing to have if you had a two-man tank. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, we're going to have to calm down here. Almost flipped the tank and almost ruined the video. But we almost needed that. So if you want to keep the turret from going anywhere, you can just simply click 1 and 2. 1 controls all of the uh, rotors, and number 2 controls the hinge going up and down. So now when we move, the turret does not do anything. Now, back to the other thing that we were talking about on here, as we go back to the control panel, you will also notice that we have Simple's program block. This enables us to, and this particular simple script inside, which is inside the script here, you'll notice that we have several things. We have a, what is this now? Inventory for our tank right over here up into the right top corner. We have other neat little screens. We have this one over here, which kind of does a HUD. And then we have this one here, which is the blueprint script that enables us to see what is damaged on our tank, when it is hit, and how it is hit. So we know, we're taking damage and just how badly the vehicle is damaged. But going back out here, we have one more script to look at that this thing utilizes. And this is one called programmable block skid steer. And what this does is, normally it was not done. Let's see if I can just simply turn that off for a second. We'll go to skid steer and we will turn it off for just a second. Under normal situations, the tank will not work because it is trying to turn and it is just not capable. It won't work without this particular script. Now, why is that? Probably because these are not designed to turn. These particular units are not designed to turn anything. But if we go back in here, I believe this will just work if I turn the block back on. We're getting a refresh rate here. Now, if I do it, it's a little jank at first, but once you get it going, the unit then turns like an actual tank. And for those of you that are wondering if this is the real thing or not, here we are. We are just simply turning right here on the ground. You can see us just having a ball right now. You see the actual tank turret damage on the sides. It's creating a couple of tracks as the vehicle is turning. So just a very cool little script. If you want to make tanks, you can have this on there. Like I said, you don't need the mod to make this thing work like a tank. It automatically works like a tank in vanilla. So this is a great little build. Do I think you could put this in survival? Yeah, you could, but you are going to have to work with multiple subgrids, and I mean multiple subgrids, to make this thing work and work properly. And like I said, it's one of those things that once you get it built, it's going to be a very complex machine. It is a nice machine. I'm not knocking it at all. It is great, and if you have the patience, and that's the thing that's going to determine whether you bring this into survival, it is patience. But if you have the patience and you have the will, and you can bring this in here, this is a nasty surprise for a lot of things, especially with those assault cannons on there. This can be a nasty surprise for a lot of other players when this thing comes up over the hill and it just suddenly starts target locking and blowing things up. But yeah, the one thing that I will say is this particular system with the Mart, it does enable you to utilize a turret system more precisely than the turret control block trick that I do. That was what I used with Garmadon, the Garmadon turret, and I'll put a link to that in the into this channel so you can go take a look at it. But other than that, yeah, if you want to use mods with it, you can. It's going to make it look better, but it's not necessary. And that's the cool thing about this tank. It is not necessary to have mods with the current scripts that's got it. Space Engineers always begins to prove that someone with a thorough knowledge of all of the build systems and inner workings of this game, you can make some absolutely crazy builds that just once you take a look at them, you're just, oh wow, that's amazing. But yeah, right now we have this we have the T-110 Clarity without tracks. And perfect. It is vanilla capable and you can probably build one of these in survival. Like I said, it's just going to take patience. But unfortunately, folks, that is all the time I have today to spend on this. If you liked the video and you want to see more of this content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel. Also, share this with some friends of yours. They probably also will love to see something like this. And check out this game. This game is known as Space Engineers. There's also Space Engineers 2 in pre-alpha that's coming out. Be sure to go out and check out a copy if you're interested in having just a Lego-like building game that is going to go somewhere. Anyway, folks, I am Badger Wild saying stay safe, stay frosty, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.